Yo, what's up guys? It's Adam Wenig here. Really just excited to share with you guys our story and what's been really going on with this Vemma opportunity. Whether you guys have heard about it or not, we just want to share our stories with you guys to show you, more importantly, where you, as a skeptic or you checking it out for the first time, where you could go with this opportunity if you decide to make it a little bit of a priority. So like I said guys, my name's Adam Wenig, and I really just wanted to show you kind of who I was before Vemma and before this opportunity fell into my lap. Lived in the Bay Area, went to Monte Vista High School, really competitive person, 3-sport athlete in high school, got caught up in all the sports and stuff and activities. But when high school sports were over, I had to kind of make a decision what I wanted to do with my life. I could go play D2 or D3 sports, but wanted to go to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and join a fraternity, Pike, which I ultimately ended up joining, and had a great time doing that. Partied a lot, and we had a great time, met a bunch of cool people. But I realized that I wasn't really going anywhere with my life, and I saw that what was going on with the economy and how a lot of my friends were kind of stuck financially. So I decided to take it upon myself to learn how to make money, and naturally, who did I go learn from? The 3% of the population in this country that owns 97% of the wealth. Well, I started working for my dad the summer when I was a senior in high school, and was really kind of sick and tired of that, working for 10 bucks an hour, hot construction, hard labor, and saw that he was making all the money anyways. So decided to start researching and start learning, how do you go out there and make a lot of money? And my dad referred me to this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And he taught me that if you want to go out there and make a lot of money, in America especially, you have to go out there and build something yourself, because nobody wants to go out there and pay you a lot of money. And he talked about how you could build an asset, or you could create a network which could pay you a lot of money. Anyways, I decided to try that out, and I ran a car detailing business that summer and realized that, yeah, I could make more money than my dad wanted to pay me at his construction business. Made some good money doing that, but I went to college and, like I said, joined a fraternity, got caught up partying and having a great time. But I read this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and really taught me how I could change my mindset, I could change my attitude, and ultimately change my future and change my income by using the law of attraction. Anyways, about 11 months ago, my good buddy Patrick Comer, who's sitting in the back of the car, introduced me to this opportunity called Vemma. And when he first approached me, I had no idea what he was talking about. He was new to the business, and so I was extremely skeptical, but decided to hear him out because he was a cool dude.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Patrick Comer. Obviously good friend with Adam Wenig. He's a homie in my fraternity. We met my senior year in college, his freshman year in college, and really, from the get-go, man, Adam basically had a really powerful why. He was already, running businesses. He already knew how to make a lot of money. He had that drive and that ambition, so it really fit well with the mold of somebody who's going to go start a Vemma business, guys. But for me, I came into this thing, I was, obviously, kind of towards the end of the 4 years at Cal Poly, and I really didn't know what I wanted to go do. I had a lot of people telling me, yeah man, good luck in the real world, dude, party's over, now you gotta go work for 50 years, for somebody for $50,000, retire on 50% of your income when you're 75 years old, go to Europe with your wife, retire and die. I'm not trying to go do that, guys. And so if you're new here and you're checking this thing out, realize that I pretty much had to make a decision in my life that I wasn't going to go be, living a poor, broken, average lifestyle. I was going to go out there and be wealthy and successful, go make a name for myself, create a legacy. And I was excited about the opportunity from the get-go, man. I'm not going to lie. When Kelsey Quinlan first introduced this thing to me, I spent way too much time partying. I was working a minimum wage job, not making a whole lot of money. Was just fed up with living paycheck to paycheck. And I saw this thing and how big it could be, because I had a ton of friends who had finished up college, graduated, weren't making money in the real world, weren't even getting jobs. 1 and 2 kids are graduated from college and are either unemployed or underemployed. So I saw that, hey, you know what? I have a chance to go build this thing out, but if I don't go do this, somebody else is definitely going to go do this. So Kelsey introduced this thing to me. I got Adam on board because he was one of the first guys that kind of stood up and said, hey man, I see the big picture. I see the vision and whatnot. And when I first got started, guys, we didn't have the whole YPR story. We had Alex Morton making, a couple $1,000s, a month out at ASU. He was doing his thing, but really out here in Cali, we had nobody, nobody who was making this thing happen, no big success stories. And so, I went to Wenig, and we went to my boy Anthony Cometa, who's also my fraternity, found a guy named Bryce Madick, Luke Kish, stories go on. But really, it really hit home for me when I met a guy named Brad Alcazan, who was 26, making a couple $1 million a year. What he told me, in his story and how to go build up this thing using the methodology that we're using, really made sense to me, guys.
So when I heard about it, naturally, like most people are, I was skeptical about what was going on with this thing, and I heard the story, and it was compelling hearing about kids making this type of money. But where do you go hear about that? Kids making $100,000 a year driving around in brand new BMWs. So I was skeptical, but at the same time, I was open-minded enough to check this thing out, and that's what you gotta be. You gotta come into this thing with an open mind. But anyways, I went online and I did my own homework. I did my own research, and if you've heard about it from some friend that hasn't done his own research, then I encourage you guys to look this thing up for yourself. But here's what I learned. I learned that Vemma is a health and wellness company that started about 8 years ago out of Scottsdale, Arizona with this guy named BK Barreco, who's our CEO. It started 8 years ago because I had a major nutritional discovery. It was a 2-ounce liquid vitamin supplement that people our parents' age were taking in the morning and feeling really good on the product. It did clinical studies and was proven to increase immune system functions, decrease blood pressure, decrease cholesterol. So we saw a lot of health testimonials coming from the original Vemma juice. And BK, smart as he was, he thought, well, how can I get this into the hands of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds? Because those are really who drive the economy in any economy. So what he decided to do is take that 2-ounce liquid vitamin supplement, which I told you is called Vemma. It's an acronym, stands for Vitamins, Essential Minerals, Mangosteen, and Aloe Vera. You get your full A through E vitamins, 65 plant source minerals, a ton of antioxidants which come from the superfruit called mangosteen, and aloe, which is good for your skin. So we threw that 2-ounce liquid vitamin supplement into this product called Verve and added some natural creatine that comes from guarana seed extract. Now we have a healthy energy drink called Verve. It's taking off all across colleges and high schools all over America. We find out that pretty much 95% of kids that try the product love it. And I know that I have friends and I have roommates that don't even like the business, or the business is the wrong time and you're not for them. They're always asking me, can I get a Verve? Can I get a Verve?
Guys, so I talked to Brad Alcazan 11 months ago, and he made a couple key points. He's like, hey, the economy's not doing all that well for young people. 1 to 2 kids are graduating from college, and you're either unemployed or underemployed. Meaning, you know what? If you don't get a job, you're probably going to move back home with mom and pop. Living back in you lived in when you grew up in high school and middle school, or you're going out and you're probably going to be a waitress, a waiter, bartender, or working retail. That wasn't for me, guys. At the same time, student loan is $1 trillion right now. It's a $25,000 debt per person. So if you don't have $25,000, somebody else right next to you probably has $50,000. And for me, guys, I was working a minimum wage job in college. I was working for $8.50 an hour, not making a whole lot of money, getting good at a skill that wasn't going to pay me a whole lot of money for the rest of my life. So I understood that I needed to make a change. That's why this thing is working. Because your friends, my friends, we're all in the same situation.
So it's best to leave it alone. Pop the cork, put the tree in the bomb. Been here for a minute.
And when I originally heard about the opportunity and tried the product Verve, I got excited about it and went out there and tried to talk to some of my friends. It really clicked for me how that, the product's good and it's healthier than a lot of the stuff that all of our friends are already consuming anyways. Starbucks, soda, energy drinks. And I heard about the economy and how, young people are going to need to change the way that they make money in this country. And it made sense how network marketing was the business of the 21st century, but some of my friends, I approached them about that, and you know what, they were skeptical. They told me that this was some scam or some pyramid scheme and only the guys at the top make money, which is obviously not the case, but I did my own research. Okay, and I saw that Verve was the official energy drink of the NBA franchise, the Phoenix Suns, and I saw that they had like a 350-person Verve nightclub in their arena. Verve was all over the stadium. I saw that Dr. Oz had the product Verve on his show twice in the past 10 months. So when I looked at that, I realized, okay, well, these big name guys aren't going to put their name behind some scam or some pyramid scheme. And then most importantly, I researched the Better Business Bureau, and I saw that we were rated an A+ business. So from there, it kind of reassured my belief, and my friends told me that, you know what, only the guys at the top make the money, which is obviously not the case. We introduced it to one of our friends down at San Diego State named Bryce Wenig, who was the fastest and youngest ambassador ever, so obviously making more money than us. Went from $0 to $250,000 a year in residual income in his first 10 months on the dot.
Guys, and I realized that, all my friends are out there every night, drinking energy drinks as chaser. Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar. All the girlfriends I know are drinking Starbucks every morning. before they go to class, $3, $4, $5 for a latte or a coffee. And also a lot of my friends are spending money on pre-workouts, 5 Hour Energy, soda at lunch. And so I saw that Verve was just a healthier alternative. It was better, it was healthier, and it tastes great. So it made sense for me guys to go transfer the money I was already spending on these other types of products and just drink Verve instead.
Drop the nerd you with, come smoke a joint with he who's winning. Ain't like them guys who whine and dine and keep their women. My bitches only want 2 things, that's to get high and kick it.
So when I started researching it, I saw that obviously the company is legitimate and obviously it's working. I saw that it was working for other kids, and I realized that really the only difference between us was time. I understood that Verve tastes the same for those kids that it was working for as it did for me. And I'm here to tell you that, yeah, Verve tastes the same for me as it does for you, and we have the exact same compensation plan, so what's the difference? It's you. So I was excited about this thing and I saw that it was working. I wondered, well, how does this thing really work? The idea is compelling, but how does it work? And this is what I found out. Vemma decided not to spend any money on corporate billboards, advertisements, Shaun White doing backflips or sending that guy to the moon like Red Bull did. So if you look at Red Bull, they did $5 billion in sales last year and spent nearly $1 billion on traditional forms of advertisement. So I realized, well, none of that money went back into the hands of the consumers of their product. When I saw Verve and I saw Vemma was willing to spend their money on us to go out there and rep their product, it made sense that I could become, I could brand myself with their product. So I got excited about that and saw that they pay 50 cents on every dollar out to people like me and Pat that do the business. Last year they did roughly, $120 million in sales, and they paid out half, $60 million to people like us, and we're really just at the beginning of this thing. If you see how big this is going to get, I think you'll get excited about it, how we could team up together and make this thing work.
Guys, so it's really simple. When you get started, I just decided how much product I wanted. So like I said in the beginning in the car, I stopped spending money on Red Bull, Starbucks, Monster, 5 Hour Energy. I started drinking Verve instead. So guys, when you purchase your product, you're not going out there and selling it. All you're doing is you're consuming it yourself. So as a consumer, I went out, you can either get 2 cases of product or a silver pack. Most people are going out there getting silver builder packs, qualifying them for the brand new BMW program. Now guys, once I got my product, I also got my free app, my back office, and my website. Your website's simple. Mine's patrickcomer.vemma.com. You get your own personalized website just like Facebook. You can do whatever you want with it. Now your app on your smartphone is great because it is now updating 24/7. You'll know exactly how much money you're making all hours of the day.
And if you look how this thing is growing, though, the word of mouth advertisement, in the 21st century, it's the most effective form of advertisement. Most of us just TiVo through the commercials that we see on TV, so it makes sense. Yeah, if you taste Verve and your friend tells you about it, he's excited about it, you're going to remember it. And if you look at how we're really growing this thing, it's growing just like Facebook did. How did we grow Mark Zuckerberg's network? He didn't directly tell me about Facebook, but I heard about it through a friend that was excited about the concept. So we're really, Facebook changed the way that we talked on the internet. Now all we're doing with this social network is doing the same concept. Everyone has friends that we don't know, so don't get excited only about who you know, but get excited about who other people know. Okay, I only knew people in California, but my business through other social networks trickled into other countries and every state in America now.
11 months ago, guys, when I got started, I looked through my Facebook, my phone contact list, and I wrote down a lot of people that I thought could have that powerful why. Maybe wanted to get out of the minimum wage job, wanted to, get out of, their student loan debt, or maybe they're unemployed. And so I went through and sorted through and found those people, about 20 out of that 200 that actually liked the product, liked the idea, wanted to go make money with this thing and make it happen for whatever reason. And because those 20 people, some of them just consuming the product, so like aunt, uncle, relative, mom, and dad, and a lot of them, friends from college, friends from high school, people I knew, I built a network of over 6,000 people.
Like Pat was saying, this is a giant industry, network marketing, and especially when we add the whole social media trend to it, it's going to get absolutely huge. And I was reading a book called The Business of the 21st Century, and they talked about how 1/3 of the goods sold in America by 2020 will be sold through network marketing. Okay, I saw that Warren Buffett last year bought 6 network marketing companies, so there's obviously a future with what we're doing, and it really makes sense. Last year, network marketing did almost $150 billion in sales. So this thing's huge. I mean, Pat was talking about it. Amway, $12 billion in sales last year. Avon, $11 billion in sales last year. Mary Kay, Herbalife, like $6 billion in sales last year. If people our parents' age could make monies in the 70s, 80s, and 90s without a cell phone, what do you think is going to happen when the most socially connected generation of all time gets a hold of this thing? It's going to go through the roof, guys, and that's what we're pumped up about. Is we all have these social networks. We've been building them since we're like 10 years old, starting with MySpace and AIM, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're excited. This thing's going to get really big.
So 11 months ago, I made a decision. I was tired of what I was doing. I was tired of the path I was going down. I was tired of the results I was getting. So I decided to change my paradigm. I decided to change the way I was making money, stop trading dollars for hours, and start going and building a business. So I went out, guys, like I said, and I found about 20 people that were really excited about this opportunity, 20 people that saw the vision, saw where this thing was going, how big it could be, how it was going to be the next Facebook. And yeah, 9 of them quit. 9 of them didn't have the vision. They didn't see where it was going, didn't want to put the time and effort in, didn't make that decision to change their life. But with, you know, the 10 or 11 people that decided to run with it, yeah, I got my boy Adam Wenig hitting star presidential in 11 months in the business. I just hit the rank of presidential in my 11th month. By title, it's $100,000 a year. But we're not here to talk about our income, guys. We're really just here to talk about how we're just average kids with above average dreams and goals who saw where this thing was going, and we hopped on and made it happen. So realize where it's at right now, guys. If you make the decision to change your life, to change your paradigm, to make this thing a priority, it'll happen for you. And like Adam was saying with the support system, we've already figured it out. We already know how to make it happen. We're getting results faster with the newer people that are coming in our business than we ever had when we first got started. So if you're excited about this thing and you see where this thing is going, give us a call.
I think the biggest thing that you got to understand is that it's working, and it's working really fast for whoever's willing to put in the time and the effort. And you know, me and Pat, we started 11 months ago and really never thought this was possible. I remember sitting in his room writing out my goals when I'd only made $100 in Vemma, that this year in Vemma I'm going to turn my business into $100,000 a year in residual income. That was crazy to me, guys. But this company allows you to dream big. It allows you to go out there and create something that you think is worthy of you. The success stories are piling up, guys. The past 11 months we've been doing it. We've almost gotten a dozen kids to a 6-figure income in the short time we've been doing it. We have about 40 kids in our business now that are driving around in company paid for BMWs. So really, if this thing is making sense and you're excited about what's going on, you just got to reach out to us and we're going to help you build the business. If this doesn't make any sense to you or it's not for you, no hard feelings. I promise you this is not going to be the last time that you hear about Bert.
Make a little money, get it from the bro. Bring that shit back to the hood. Anytime you see me, man, I'm on the grind. Nigga wasn't working when you knew you should. Now you talk about me when I'm on the road. And when I ride by, I'm in the newest one. I got so much money, I think I should pay for